clean your work surface. Always keep your work surface clean. This is a dough scraper. Alright, if you want to get serious about bread baking, you need one of these. Super important. Alright, we have the oven set to 500 degrees. Alright, we have the oven set to 500 degrees. Our Dutch oven is already inside of there. Now I'm gonna clean. You know, so I'm still figuring out the hang of the streaming and, you know, me baking and you guys being able to watch. You know, all of that is still trying to get worked out. Alright, and clean. Clean in between. Wow, it is snowing so much, I just can't even believe it. It hasn't snowed like this since I was a kid. These are good. Problem with that is if you put too much soap, it just stays soapy. You gotta like wring out all the soap, squeeze it out, and go back in so you don't leave no soap residue. I guess everybody's sleeping. Y'all asleep? I put a goal on here for super chats. So in case you guys haven't realized or you don't know how it works, I became a YouTube partner. Thank God. Where I could start earning some money. Because if you don't know, I've been unemployed for months because I have a foot injury, a crushed foot injury from working in television and film production. And so that's how that is. And it's been quite difficult. Luckily, my parents, you know, they've allowed me to stay in their home while I heal up, but the money is not there. Just have just lost my, there we go. I lost the feed for a second. Okay. So I'm not even gonna hold you, right? Sourdough is a different beast, okay? This puppy right here is a different beast. And regular dough with yeast, I don't want to say is easy, but I will say that it is easier. If you know what you're doing, making bread dough with regular yeast is easy. Okay, sourdough is a lot more different. Maybe I'll leave it here so you guys can see. Sourdough is a lot more different because you're using nature and yeah, you're relying on nature to leaven this bread. That's why it's artisan. That's why it's rustic. There's no, you know, there's no bleach in the flour. There isn't any additives. There's no commercial product in it that is formulated to make sure it rises. So if you don't do this correctly, you'll have a dense, flat loaf, a saucer type. You ever seen those on YouTube where people talk about, I tried to make sourdough and I failed? Well, yeah, it's entirely possible. And even with me, as I develop my skills when it comes to more of artisanal baking instead of commercialized baking, we're both learning. We're all learning together. So this is just garlic in here. Again, I already have a video on my shorts feed, my shorts page, that is garlic sourdough, and there's a recipe on the thumbnail that tells you that's a master recipe that you can use to make bread, any kind. Where's it on top chat? Live chat. I'm like camera shy. You can't even see me, but I usually am such a chatterbox that now that I can see my hands and like see my work area, I'm like blanking on what to say. And not to mention, I also can't do anything right now because I need this to just proof a little bit inside of the Banneton so that when I bake it, it's not flat like that dense saucer I was talking about. Again, because yesterday the bread, I don't know what happened. I think because I used hot honey instead of regular honey, that messed up the bread. I'll be honest with you. I think that was a problem because I've done everything else. My starter had more than doubled. It shouldn't have been an issue. And I think that me including onions early on kind of attributed to no rise because it was dense. And so I had to come back. One, because we ran out of bread, but also because I like to develop mastery on everything I do. I like to be excellent in everything that I do. That includes baking. Even though it's just for my home, right now, we're not selling any bread at the moment. We will be. I need it to be excellent. So when I get to that point and you guys eventually get to try everything, that there is no, dang, these look so good on the video, but it doesn't taste good, right? I don't want that at all. And me as a baker, I'm known in my real life as a fantastic baker and pastry chef. And anytime I make a cake, I make a dessert for anything, I promise you, I'm always getting rave reviews about how good it is. Excuse me, I gotta sneeze. Don't worry. We ain't use our hands, we ain't use nothing. Matter of fact, just in case. Just in case, you know? Yesterday when I decided to hop on the stream, there was 5 people that popped up on here. I have no idea how. And then today, I'm on stream, and I got that person up in here. And this is so different because it's like you're basically talking to yourself. Unless you see anybody messaging. And in the YouTube Studio app, the stream's current bitrate is lower than the recommended bitrate. I bet. Stream health, chat. Yo, and I wonder if it's the iPad too. Like, I just updated my iPad. I had to delete a bunch of things. I had to delete a bunch of stuff so I could try and upgrade the iPad. But apparently, it's still not working. Or it's lagging a little bit. Listen, I'm trying to diversify with the streaming. But this seems like a lot of damn work. A lot of work. And you know, I come from a video background, so I know about work, but this is a little too much. Anyway, so I didn't plan anything to really talk about. I just knew I wanted to bake off this bread just for my own development. I wasn't gonna stream this, I wasn't gonna even film this. And because I'm streaming this, I can't film it. So it's like I have to do it either or. It's like, do I film it and have a short, or do I do this live where people can interact, see it in real time, and chat with me? And I know it takes a little bit of time to get the streaming going, live streaming, but we have a momentum, man. We have a momentum right now that we don't want to mess up. Trying to fix that to be a little straight. Just a little bit better. So I have like OCD type where I like things to be straight. Even that somehow don't look the straightest. I don't know why. All right, listen. Look, you see it jiggle? Look at that. That's the kind of stuff that you want to see. Look at that. It's just dough is just so fascinating to me. Maybe not to everybody else, but to me, dough is fascinating. Dough. Right. So I don't know if you guys know how it works, right? When it comes to culinary and baking, when you learn professionally, there's different stages, right? Baking 1, baking 2, baking 3, baking 4. And each of them you learn something different. So baking one is like your cookies, your muffins, quick breads, pancakes. You do make like 2 bread doughs, maybe. Like at most. 2 bread doughs at most. Soft roll and a hard dough. So basically, you know, like garlic knots and 1 crusty bread. And then you move on to baking 2. And baking two is all about dough. Right? You learn about it. You learn about poolishes, levains, all of that good stuff. But you don't go too much in depth. You just learn a little bit about it and get a little bit more intricate when it comes down to what you call recipes and techniques. And you know, you do laminated dough, but it's just like, you don't know, it's not dedicated. If you want to become a real artisanal bread baker, you have to learn that shit on your own, or you have to go and you have to work in a place, right? You have to go and work in a place that is specializing in artisanal bread. Or go to Europe or something like that, because most American bakeries, they're using commercialized yeast. They're not really making sourdough. Because the American people, a lot of times, they're not used to eating real bread. They're used to eating white pan bread, sweet bread, Hawaiian roll, all of that crap. You know, and don't get me wrong. Let me not say crap. It has its place, right? But as we develop and grow, we want to develop our taste buds and have really good bread, and there is a difference. So, yeah, and I told you, I cut my baking career a little short professionally, and then I went after my dreams to work in entertainment, and this is where we are now. All right, so scoring, honestly, I'm still working on my scoring because again, like I just told you, she's a little shaped funny, but I'm just gonna, can you see? Oh, yeah, you guys can see. Let's go. I probably could have did that a little bit faster. So they say you want a little lip. All right, let's leave it like that. All right. All right. All right. To pull out my Dutch oven that's been in the oven. The Dutch oven that's been in the oven. All right. Nice and hot. Just turn on the fan if you hear something. Got a little ice. Create some steam. Bad boy's hot. She's sizzling. All right. Put her in. All right. Going with the ice carefully. All right. Now throw her in the oven. Right, so we in there, she in there for about 500, at 500 degrees with the lid closed. We leave this right here. With the lid closed for like 20 minutes. 20 minutes and then we'll take off the lid. Alright, let me see if I can do a switcheroo. Clean up real quick. I'm gonna just clean up real quick and then I'll get on camera. Look at this. I just realized, right? I had just bought this. Bought this. Look at that. Look at that. That don't look right. Oh, you can see it perfectly. Look. Now I'm wondering, now I can see why my bread is is looking a little odd. Look. How it should be. Look at that. Motherfuckers. see me? Y'all see me? It's a little high. Well, alrighty then. Ain't nobody up in here, so the thing is that the bread, that's gonna take 30-40 minutes. So I could either end the chat, right? I can end the stream, pop back on when the bread is done, or I could stay on the stream for the next 30 minutes and talk. But the thing is that I really don't have anything to say. I don't have anything to say right now, which is odd. I just think it's nervousness. It's like a little bit of a shyness, because usually I'm a huge chatterbox all the time. And right now, I ain't got nothing. I'm trying to figure this out, working out the kinks. And can I even see if there's anybody on here? Oh shit! I got 11 viewers. My bad, yo. Type in the chat so I know you're here. 265. Wait, I got 270 people watching this? Nah. What? Yo, why y'all get scared when I start to realize this is what this is for, to connect? To connect and talk. I'm doing this. They say, so here's the thing. If you do YouTube or you do live stream or let me know. Because right now I have this on the iPad and it says opening the YouTube Studio app. But here's the thing. Unless my iPad, which my mom gave me her iPad, I'll be honest with y'all. Unless my shit is so old that the YouTube Studio is not capable of handling live streaming and being able to monitor, because I am on a web page right now. Like, I'm in the browser of Chrome trying to monitor the stream, and it's not allowing me. It's so small, I couldn't even tell that people was here. I would have been talking with y'all for real. But alright, well, since y'all are in here, tell me. What y'all want to know? Do you want to know things particularly about sourdough, about bread, about dough? You want to know more about me as Jazz? You want to know more about OTD? That's what I should tell you about, is about OTD. Now, OTD is overcome the doubt, and it is my legacy. It's my purpose. My purpose is to tell y'all, to show you, the person who's watching this, you, that you can literally do and be anything you want to be. Now, it's not easy at all. Okay, if anybody tells you it's easy, they a damn liar, or they don't actually have any real success. Like thinking outside the box, big dreams. Okay, because it's a falsehood if anybody tells you it's easy. I always tell everybody this when it comes to success. I'm gonna drop a little tidbit on you. All right, this is free game, and anybody who understands and can turn on their intuition to be like, yo, I think Jazz is spitting some facts right here. Maybe I should work on this. Maybe I should read that book. All right, I'll tell you this. And I mentioned this yesterday, but there wasn't many people watching. Here's a book, okay? I used to be a person that says, I don't like to read. Why would I read? I was a fool, okay? And until you can get to a point where you can be so aware of who you are, both the light side and the shadow side, and be able to say, oh yeah, my weakness is this, I'm not that strong in that, or I'm great at doing this, and I'm gonna work on that. Until you can get to that point, everybody's living in Delulu land, I'll be honest. Everyone's living the Lululemon, and I've been there too. But you have to be able to understand, like, you know what? Maybe I get a little testy. Maybe sometimes I have an attitude if people keep, poking the bear. Shit like that. Okay? Here's a book. How to Win Friends and Influence People. Okay? I don't know how much the book costs. It couldn't be more than $20. $20, right? And I know times are tough. Trust me, I know. I'm unemployed. I'm at home right now because I'm injured. An injury took away my ability to go out there and hustle, to go out there and get successes. So here I am in front of you trying to become a success from wherever I'm at in any condition I'm in. All right? You have 20 bucks. If you really want to change your life, if you are tired of feeling depressed, you are tired of feeling anxious, tired of feeling like you can't achieve what you want to achieve in life, and you have 20 bucks, buy the book, How to Win Friends and Influence People. That book will tell you, and with examples, like major examples throughout history, prominent figures. I think they even talk about like bank heists, like different things that have happened, and they explain to you how that individual went about it, right? And then they break it down to you as to why that was good or why that was bad. And then they tell you, so if you want X, Y, and Z, this is how you have to communicate with people in order to get what you want. Now, some people might call it manipulation. I don't call it manipulation, okay? It's called communication. And the way that it works is you don't get nothing for something. Or you don't get something for nothing, excuse me, all right? Everything is an exchange. Everything is energy, okay? So back in the day, in primal times, if you wanted to eat, if the tribe wanted to eat, we needed some mother hunters to go out there, kill the buffalo, or whatever it is they was eating, skin it, cut it, chop it up, all of that good stuff, okay? Hold on, let me make sure I'm standing right. I gotta stand this way or this way. Hold on, I'm not even looking. See, this is what happens. I get talking. Okay, I get talking and I forget where I'm at. I'm in my own world. Um, where was I? How to win friends and influence people. I believe, and that's the thing though. Then I lose my thought, my train of thought. It's probably like the ADHD or whatever. If y'all was chatting, you could tell me where I left off at, cause I don't remember. Anyway, 20 bucks. Get the book, How to Win Friends and Influence People. It's not manipulation. It's communication. Now I remember everything. You can't get something for nothing. You have to exchange something. Okay. So when it comes to getting what you want, you get more. What is it? More honey with bees or some shit like that. I don't even know. The point is that if you want something in life, it's better for you to be nice. It's better for you to be kind. If you're nasty, if you have an attitude, the person that you are asking for help, 9 times out of 10, will not help you. On the phone, in person, through email, whatever. And I get it. Life is difficult. We have a lot of things going on. Somebody is probably rude to us during the day, and that throws off our mood. And then the next person we encounter, they're smiling, how are you doing? And you're nasty. But it's because somebody did something to you. And so now you feel that way, right? And so this book will teach you how to not give a F and really learn how to say things so you can get what you want. And if you're not a big reader, like physically reading, like I wasn't, audiobook, right? And you're gonna say, well, I don't have 20 bucks. I don't have 20 bucks. Well, if you use cannabis, like me, right? And you could pay for that. Or any other vice that you got going on. If you could pay for your vice, you could pay to get that book. Here's another book. The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Read that book. If you feel like people say things, like people that talk about you, whether online or in person, and that bothers you, what somebody else says, read that book. That will teach you how to not give up about anything that anybody says about you. Two of those books, I've already read them years ago, and it really did help me. The Subtle Art of Not Giving Up, great book, really helped me. That was one of the first ones I read in the beginning of my journey. How to Win Friends and Influence People. That was a couple years later, and that also changed how. You know, when you say please, thank you, it doesn't matter how somebody else made you feel. Whoever you encounter, be kind, be nice, be humble, be pleasant, smile. Those things will always beat out the person that's nasty, has an attitude, is a know-it-all. Nobody wants to help that person. But the person that comes in kind and humble and grateful, guarantee whatever it is that you want, it'll get them faster than somebody who doesn't. Word up. Okay, let me see. The bread. I gotta take the cover off the bread. I gotta take the cover off the bread. And I need oven mitts because it's so goddamn hot. Alright, yo, I'm doing this in real time. Real time. That means if it don't come out right. Oh, okay, that look alright. That look alright. Woo. That shit hot. Woo. That shit hot. Anyway, where we at? We at 36. Listen, I got a goal of 5 super chats. I think that's what it is. Alright? Listen, for all y'all, do not think I got it like that. I don't. I ain't got it like that. Not yet. We all gonna get it like that. Alright? That's the point of OTD. Overcome the doubt. Alright? I'm here to teach y'all how to be successful. Alright? And as I go through my stages and I gain more successes, I'll teach you guys more. Alright? If you weren't here in the last live, or you didn't catch the video where I talked about my successes, I'm a Vanguard Award winner. When I was in college, the president of the college during commencement singled me out, talked about OTD, talked about me winning that award. I've been interviewed in the newspaper. I've been in the newspaper on the cover. I've done TV commercials. I've worked with Skydance, UConn. I've worked with them, the School of UConn, Vogue, Walmart, Nickelodeon, Paramount, Future, Offset. I've met America Ferrera, Darren Criss, Forrest Whitaker, the supermodel, Iman, I think that's her name. I'm not sure. She's a supermodel though. The chick from Baddies with the short hair. I don't remember her name. Who else? Let's say Vogue, Samsung, Nike. I work with Nike. A metal rock group that I don't know if you guys know who they are, and I also forgot their name. Sorry to y'all. Who else? Kid Art, the director. Work with him. Work with CEO of Hybrids, the label, which is that's A Boogie's people. What is it? Don Q's DJ Cranberry. Know him. And it's crazy. You wanna know something crazy? Before I wasn't much into the streaming, so I didn't know who was streaming. I didn't know who was that. But in 2024, who I met? Tylil. And Tylil, I think, what is it? Dez, and I think Punga was there. I didn't know who they were. That's no shade to them. I just wasn't in the streaming world, so I didn't know that. I met them in 2024. I feel like I'm missing a bunch of people that I've met or things I've worked on. I said Nickelodeon, I think. I definitely said Paramount, I believe. A lot of documentaries. I work a lot in the documentary space. Yeah. But again, so when I tell you guys about having successes, I'm not speaking from potential. Potential. So I'm talking about things I've already done. I've already done all of these things. And I still have so much more to do. And part of that is teaching you guys how no matter where you come from in life, you also can do them. Like I said in my previous video, I've lived in apartments, okay, hood ass apartments since the age of 11 to 29, okay? We talking, you come outside of your, where I used to live, you, where I used to live, you come outside your crib, out your apartment, and there's a high chance that your car will be on cinder blocks. And if you don't know what that means they took your whole, the wheels and the rims are gone. You know how ghetto that is? Do you know how hard that is? Multiple times I've seen that. Sometimes some gunshots, like, but again, I got tired. I got tired of living like that and not being able to accomplish the dreams and goals that were inside of my thoughts and my mind. And I said, listen, God, I give up. Like, lead me. Lead me. I'm tired. Please show me what I should be doing. I'll do it. I will do it. I will read the book. I will take the course. I will donate the money. I used to be type stingy. But guess what? Like I told you, you can't get something for nothing. Right? That's why in the Bible, and this is not to get religious on you, but that's why in the Bible it talk about tithing and giving, right? Because when you give, you get more. That's in everything that you're gonna do. It's what everything you're gonna do. You gotta give something. So, how that bread looking? So shit. Yo, this oven, again, again. This oven, I used to have the, we used to have the crazy oven. Fucked up. I think she's done. I think she's done. So, I'm gonna give y'all a tip real quick. Hold on, let me open this. Alright, I'm gonna give y'all a tip real quick. After your bread is done baking, turn off the oven and crack the door open slightly. Alright? You wanna let some of that heat escape, but you still want that bad boy to stay crunchy and crusty. Okay? Crunchy and crusty on the outside, soft and pillowy in the inside. Alright? And what happens is when the bread starts to cool, if you don't leave it in there to cure, as they call it, then from the steam, because it's so hot, it starts to make the crust soft. And it's like, what's the point? We're eating hearty, artisanal sourdough. We want a little bit of a crunch. Alright? Let's turn off the fan on. Right. So now that bread's gonna have to stay in there, probably cooling like 45 minutes. And I don't know if I'm gonna stay on the live stream for another 45. We out here for 43 minutes. I told y'all I could talk. Didn't I tell you? And we jumped from mad different stuff. We talk about bacon. We talk about success. We talk about OTD. We talk about a little bit about my past. And you know what? I talk a little pop culture for y'all too, because I just thought about this. Did any of y'all hear about the whole T.I. and 50 Cent beef? I've been hard at work working on OTD and creating programs for you guys so that you can climb out the mud. You know, I haven't fully climbed out the mud myself, but trust me when I say I'm above a lot of things, okay? We could even teach you some financial success. What's your credit score like? You have a credit score? Do you know it? You have a 401k? Like, I got excellent credit. I'll leave it at that. But, again, things we all need to learn so that we can elevate ourselves, all right? Anybody who's willing to learn, I am here to teach. But what I'm not going to do, I ain't here to convince nobody. Hey, you want more money? You want more? I'm not going to beg nobody. Because I'm going to continue to be successful, continue to live out my purpose, right? And my purpose includes teaching people that want to be taught. If you don't want to be taught, if you think spending, I don't know, let's say an eighth, right? $50, right? If you think spending $50 on an eighth is more important than spending $50 on a course or a program that will literally change your life if you do the work, hey, you ain't my people. You ain't my people, and I get it. It's a journey because I've been that person. I've been that person until I got tired and I wanted to win. Okay, and winners, successful people, they don't play no games, okay? We get up early, we do what we have to, we focus, we turn off the chatter, okay? We hire people for our weaknesses, which means the things that we're not so great at, we hire other people to do. Okay, if you want to be a boss, you want to be successful, you do have to follow certain things and you do need discipline. Ain't no going around it. That's it. That's all I got to say to y'all. All right? If you think I'm yelling at you, I'm not. This is all with love. This is all with light, with love and light. This is not me trying to be egotistical. It's none of that stuff. This is me just following out my purpose, listening to the voice, telling me to hop on here, to speak with y'all, to give you tips, and learn how to bake some bread. Because the bread that you're buying in the store is killing you. I don't care, I say. The bread in the store is killing you. It's got mad sugar. It's got a bunch of additives. It's got dyes, some of them. Tell me why ain't, listen. Tell me why people trying to eat funfetti bread. What the fuck is that? They just want to eat rainbow colored bagels? ¿Por qué? Why? Why? It doesn't make any sense, okay? You're killing yourself with the food you eat, alright? Let's nourish our bodies. Let's nourish our minds. I have recipes on the channel for bread dough, okay? Learn how to make some bread. Feed your family. Feed yourself, alright? And learn how to become successful. Because what they teach us in school, they teach you how to be a worker. It's period, point blank. School is made to teach you how to be a worker. You go in for 8 hours, you get a lunch break, all right, and you don't like it. It's the same thing when you go into the job market. You work there 8 hours. The only difference is they pay you. You work there 8 hours, you get an hour lunch if you're lucky, okay? It's the same, but really, you're underappreciated and underpaid. And the thing is why would they do that? Why would our school system be training us to be workers? Because the 1% want to stay the 1%. And a lot of them are very, very, very greedy. And so if everybody becomes successful, if everybody becomes the boss, if everybody starts to own companies, who the fuck is going to work for them? Think about it. Who's working for them? They don't want that. They want to keep you small. They want you to stay scrolling on brain rot. They want you to eat that bread. They want you to eat that funfetti bagel. They want you to eat the crumble and all that other bullshit. Because they just want your money. They don't care about your health. And really, because they are capitalists and what they care about most is the color green, if you guys demand more, they will change. You see. You remember 2020? Remember Aunt Jemima? That shit called Pearl Milling Company. They didn't up and change the whole Aunt Jemima pancake batter. Like, what? Pearl Milling Company. For years and years, we all, well, I don't know how old you are, but grew up eating Aunt Jemima. They changed that shit. So if Aunt Jemima can change the Pearl Milling Company, you think all these other companies wouldn't change if people stop buying? But it's all up to you. You gotta rescue yourself. You gotta demand more. Ain't nobody coming to save you. Ain't nobody gonna demand more for you. Because half the time, the people that are trying or claiming they're gonna demand more for you is just trying to demand more for themselves under the guise of helping you. So, do yourself a favor and help yourself. Read a book. Watch a podcast. Eventually, when my products come out, take a course. It'll be the best $50 you ever spent if you do the work. If you don't, you're gonna think it's a scam. And I don't do that. I don't got to do it. Look at this. It's proof right here. Anyway, yo, 50 minutes. This is a record. This is a record. This is a record. Thank you so much for watching. Let me just see what the things are. 392 views? Alright, that's cool. It's only 4 viewers right now. Well, I appreciate y'all for watching. Nobody chatted. Maybe in the next one you guys will ask some questions and interact. Yeah, and the bread, I'll probably post a video of me like cutting into the bread or something. Yeah, but I have work to do for OTD, and I appreciate you. Stay blessed. Love and light.